Hi, James. I'm very interested in how AI will disrupt healthcare and would like some advice. I have been following Kathy Woods of ARK Investments. As you have said, often follow the smart people. And she has invested substantial money into the following biotech companies: RxRx, Tempus AI, and Beam. Could you do an evaluation of these companies for our community? I'm thinking about RxRx could be a great opportunity for positioning oneself in AI with regards to healthcare sector. Thank you so much thank you so much as well. And I'm always keeping an eye out for opportunities that are out there. But one thing I've always said is pharma, healthcare, that stuff is absolutely cutthroat. It's riskier than crypto, which is very risky. But let's look at these names real quick. And this is by no means a deep analysis, but I did look at all the financials for all these different companies. And Beam Therapeutics, terrible financials, poor business operations, revenue per share has been falling over the last 3 years, which means they're probably diluting like hell as well, like they sometimes do. And the bankruptcy risk is very high. They could be bankrupt within 2 years. And the insiders are selling. Never a good sign. So there's nothing good here. Let's look at the chart. Down only since 2021. That is an ugly chart. You don't buy things with this type of look. It did have a little bounce, what was that, about a year or two ago in the middle, but just down only. So stay away from Beam. And much respect to Kathy Wood. I love her research on Tesla. But the other thing I'd like to mention regarding pharma, biotech, all this type of stuff is make sure you have extreme domain expertise in the space, or else do not touch it, because you have a 90% chance of losing. And it's the same picture all over and over again. We've seen this play out. Let's look at the next one. RxRx, Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Assets are growing faster than revenue. Terrible financials. Poor efficiency. Possible financial manipulation. Poor earnings quality. More bankruptcy risk. Insiders are selling, etc. This one, very slow revenue growth. Again, be where the growth is at. Let me try and move this around a little bit. Be where the growth is at. Do not buy slow growth, no growth, negative growth companies. It's really bad unless they're on the cusp of a massive transformation. I didn't have the time to analyze if they are or not, but I can tell you right now, this looks ugly. And the chart, just like the previous one, down only since 2021. Ugly as can be. This is not like catching a falling knife. This is like just dead, no signs of life. So if the market thought this thing was on the cusp of something, the chart wouldn't look like this. We'll see. And Tempus AI, this one is kind of interesting because they do have poor earnings, but could become profitable. Insiders are selling like crazy, though. 37 insiders sold in the last 12 weeks. That's kind of alarming. That being said, Nancy Pelosi, who is an excellent trader, I mean, her win rate is off the charts. She is outstanding in her trades. I don't know how she does it, but somewhere between, I think, mid-December and January 14th, mid-December 2024 and January 14th, 2025, she spent $100,000 on Tempus AI call options. Now, what's super interesting about her trade, okay, I don't know if she has exited yet, or if it was a quick scalp, or if it was a pump on something she knew about what was happening in politics. I'm not sure. But when you look at the chart here, I added an arrow with the approximate time frame where she bought. Yes, she nailed the bottom. And the chart went bonkers after that, went up like 200%, 300%. And she made a truckload. Okay, so she got in at level 2 on the ATR. If she's out or not, I don't know. But it's pretty much back to where she entered. So down here, Tempus AI, because they are kind of growing, it's very concerning. The insiders are selling so much. Maybe it's just an AI hype thing that's just going to fizzle out. But level 2 on this ATR model, about $32, could be tempting. And that's basically pretty much where she entered back in mid-December to mid-January timeframe. Not sure of the exact time frame, and again, not sure if she sold those calls, but they were long-term calls. So watch, this one could have legs. We shall see. But the important thing, and I'll stress as well, all these pharma names, these AI names, these biotechs, pharmaceuticals, whatever you want to call them, if they're developing drugs, it can take 10 to 15 years. It'll cost billions. Over 90% go to zero. So just be very careful. They are super risky, kind of like crypto. And why risk it? When you have pretty much sure things, we mentioned balancing risk and reward earlier, stick with the sure things unless you have extreme domain expertise and you understand exactly what these companies are doing and how they're going to have a breakthrough. Do not touch them. Now, there is one caveat I will insert here, though. AI will change everything, including this whole space. And this Tempest AI could be the beginning of that too, which means they could accelerate development timelines, outreach to patients, ways in which they can diagnose and cure, and everything else. Again, I stay away from the space because it's very risky, and I'm very risk averse. Despite my high conviction, I'm very risk averse when it comes to things that are not in my wheelhouse. So watch out for that. And remember, go for the jugular, okay? As Steve, as Mr. Druckenmiller, Stanley Druckenmiller would say, it takes courage to be a pig, okay? But don't risk things. Go for the home runs. High risk reward. But these things are just far too risky for my blood. So hope that helps.